The process of getting to today's vote began 2 years ago when Governor Gavin Newsom signed an executive order mandating that all vehicles sold in California must be zero emission by 2035. Now, the process of phasing out gas engines begins. There are benchmarks along the way. 35% of new vehicles must be zero emission in just 4 years, 68% by 2030, and then 100% in 13 years.
I would say that there's a lot of room for improvement.
At the San Diego-based Climate Action Campaign, transportation policy advocate Corina Contreras says the move to phase out gas-powered vehicles is great, but she says there needs to be follow-through.
Quick building of infrastructure that's going to help people actually have freedom of choice where they don't feel like they need to utilize their own vehicle.
Contreras says efforts to go green should include further development of mass transit as well. State regulators say the new rules have received very little pushback from car manufacturers. Here at the Team Kia dealership in El Cajon, General Manager Chris George says he's all for zero-emission vehicles.
Overall, I think it's important that we're responsible for the environment.
But he has several concerns.
One would be accessibility. Average price point for an EV vehicle is $62,000, out of the reach for most people. The infrastructure cannot support all these vehicles going on the road.
The state has committed money to build more EV charging stations, but George says he's skeptical that will happen fast enough. Subsidies are available to help people buy new and used EVs, but George says car companies and dealers are facing enormous costs to retool their service facilities and to train their mechanics on how to work on EVs. People will still be able to buy used gas-powered cars after 2035, but the die is now cast. Even with the inevitable challenges, the state with the largest car market in the U.S. is now moving toward a greener future. John Carroll, KPBS News.